how crime stats lie and what you need to know to understand them. Cities brace for deadly summer. Defund the police backfires. 2,000% rise in murder rate. Street violence on the rise. Democrat-run cities struggle with crime wave. Experts warn of bloody summer. Spike in violent crime. Police say more out plunge in. Criminals walking free. Violent crime surge. It's COVID-19 rates. And allow much of the country to reopen. Reports of crime waves beginning to dominate headlines. Politicians, pundits, journalists, and law enforcement have all scrambled to make sense of increased violence around the United States, while the public is left to sort through alarming numbers and conflicting narratives. Understanding crime trends requires nuance, but gaps and inconsistencies in the data make it easy to misinterpret and spin facts in a way that serves political agendas instead of evidence-based solutions. Oh, wow. So that's actually a freaking fact, that they freaking put in there. And so now I feel like an informed CNN reader. Anyways, things I do. Like I'm a glutton for punishment, but I'm making y'all suffer too. So, but yeah. So they got to sprinkle a little bit of truth in there, and the thing is, and so keep in mind, like this thought right here, this understanding that crime trends requires nuance. That only pertains to this article. Whenever CNN gives you numbers, though, you gotta believe them. Like election results. It's never simple to pinpoint the reasons behind, or how about their freaking viewership behind crime, especially following a year as extraordinary as 2020, in which Americans face a lifetime pandemic, steep rise in unemployment, unrest. Every time there's a rising crime, it's complicated. No, it's really not. Only specific crimes have increased. It's more important to be clear about what type of crime is on the rise. Really? Several forms of property crime, including robberies, residential burglaries, and larceny, declined in 2020. That's because they're freaking just going into freaking stores and taking stuff, and no one can press charges. The police aren't called. So, of course, crime is going to go down. So the flip side of this is, what's the insurance rates? Like for all this, except they're through the roof. How much has insurance paid out? Because of all these crimes. How many crimes have been undocumented because of police shortages? It's freaking poor politics, releasing prisoners, violent criminals, I should say. It's important to be clear about what fucking homicide. All right, so where was I? According to preliminary findings, violent crime rose 3% across the country, but the number of murders rose by 25% between 2019 and 2020, the largest jump recorded in the U.S. in 1 year period since the FBI began releasing annual figures in the 1960s. Citing 30% increase in the homicide rate between 2019 and 2020 in 34 major cities it surveyed. So, it wasn't a surge in crime, it was a surge in murder. Murder is very specific, and if we're going to have solutions, we need to be specific about what the problem is. Crime analyst, New Orleans co-founder. Yeah, I'm certain he did a great job in the murder capital of the world. That at one point, increase in homicides continued. So yeah, so I just debunked that. But this is really what people are saying. Many Americans are convinced crime is rising in the U.S. And violent crimes are down, but there's still a good deal to actually live in high crime neighborhoods and to be a victim of crime. Oh shit. Perspective. We don't know why violent crime is up, but we know what's America's great crime decline is over. Or why America's great crime decline is over. Because of Biden. Murders are up. Crime is not. What's going on? I'll just leave it here. That says it all. I mean, this is the shit they're spreading.